Welcome back to your favorite YouTube channel. I hope you learned something new today in this part 1 of my new How to Get Good at Overwatch series. This video covers everyone's favorite, easy to talk about subject, the important aspect of Overwatch that isn't even physically in the game, as you probably already know from the title, your mental game. Before I get into it, I'd like to remind everyone that these are the beliefs I have gained through my time playing Overwatch, and to truly learn from these videos, you must question everything I say and ask yourself, how and why would that work? I will answer any further questions you have in the comment section below. Now, let's get right into it. The best way to climb in Overwatch is not to play games with the goal of winning them. Now, before you click off this video to watch another tier list video of best heroes you should play to climb in Overwatch 2, hear me out. To improve fastest in Overwatch, you must play every game with the sole intention of getting better. Now, if this was as easy as it sounds, my DPS might not still be Masters for the 10th season in a row. To best employ the strategy of playing to get better instead of playing to win, I recommend, first, before the round even starts, once you pick your hero, you should assess what your shortcomings are on that hero and pick one to focus on. For example, when I play Ana, I sometimes use nade too early, so once I decide I'm going to play Ana, I put it into my brain that I'm going to wait for the right moment to use nade and make that my main focus for the round. In between rounds, instead of flaming your teammates, who probably deserve it, you should assess yourself once again on a more micro level and try and fix a small problem that you had last round, such as dying a hog at the start of every fight or holding blade for the entire round. Now, I know what you're thinking. Did I just describe my Genji gameplay? The answer is yes, but the real question is, what if I didn't do anything wrong? My answer to that is simple. Why did you click on a video titled How to Get Good if you're already good enough to make 0 mistakes an entire round? After the game, you have a few options. You can either rage queue another game, self-VOD review to untilt, or touch grass. Well, I assume no one here is going to touch grass, so I'm going to think that if you aren't VODing yourself or queuing again, you are here, with me, watching my video. Regardless of if you decide to VOD your game or not, I implore you to still think about what you could have done better and attempt to fix small aspects of your mistakes each game. Now that I've addressed the base mentality you should have to climb, it is about time to address a defensive approach to tilting things like Smurfs, hackers, throwers, and toxic people in general. Firstly, Smurfs. Contrary to popular belief, I personally believe the Smurfs are one of the greatest resources we have for ranking up and climbing. Now, before you leave, please hear me out. I could really use the watch time. The first thing I would like to ask, rhetorically of course, I'm speaking to you through a screen, is what rank do you feel you truly belong in, and what rank do you wish to climb to? If the answer to both of those questions is your current rank, then bad news. This video probably isn't for you. If you're still here, and say, for example, you believe you are a diamond player who is stuck in gold, I would like you to think about the fact that you can't both complain that you are a diamond player stuck in gold, and complain when you go against people who are probably diamond on their mains. Unless you do not wish to climb further, with the right mentality, Smurfs are just like teachers. You can both learn from their actions, and going against them can act as a test of your skills to show you where you can improve. With that being said, bringing together my claim about playing games to improve and the fact that Smurfs are teachers, I feel the best way to deal with Smurfs is to try and figure out why they are getting value on their hero of choice. Ask yourself if it's timing, positioning, aim, etc. You can both mimic their behavior in game and use their strengths to determine your weaknesses. The important part is that you focus on improving and don't worry about losing a few games to a player that's better than you. If you keep improving, there won't be any players better than you. Besides me, of course. Now that I've covered enemy Smurfs, it's time I discuss the other Smurfs you might sometimes feel are enemies. You guessed it, your teammates. Because of the human brain's struggle with taking criticism, this step is by far the hardest. But next time someone tells you what you should have done in a condescending manner, I challenge you to truly listen to their complaints. Most of the time, your toxic teammates' complaints have some truth to them, but because they have not watched this video yet, they are playing to win like their life depends on it, and their delivery of your free coaching comes across as mean. Activision Blizzard reported $8.8 billion of income last year, yet they still haven't spent 2 pennies on their Overwatch anti-cheat. Although having a hacker in your game often feels hopeless, there is still a slight learning opportunity. While an aimbotting Widow can help you understand angles by denying you any angle she holds, an aimbotting Tracer can teach you to position in places that are extremely hard for Tracer to route to, causing her to be poked out despite her expensive gaming chair. In the case of blatant throwers, I can't really say much. It's a fact of life, and it happens. Thankfully, the Overwatch team gave us more than 3 avoid slots to help us get rid of throwers. Oh wait, they didn't. If you're like me, and there was a 700 plus SR gap between 2 of your roles, there's a simple strategy that I recommend in order to shorten the SR gap. When you are playing in your higher SR role, watch what the players in your game in that role are doing, and listen for toxicity towards them. For example, when I get a game with a top 50 Ashe player, I watch which angles they take and how they use Bob in order to try and get my DPS out of Masters. Additionally, I listen for my teammates to flame them so I can make sure to not make the same mistakes. To summarize, the best mentality for climbing in Overwatch is to focus all of your brain cells on getting better in any way you can, even if it is improving by listening to the haters or getting smoked by a hacking widow. Please join me in my next video, no promised release date because I'm lazy, where I will go over everything there is to know about mechanics in part 2 of my Get Good at Overwatch series.